Now it's time to pardon the White House turkey. But screw that, I want it on my plate. Hello, everybody! And welcome to the diaries. Well, this is the Thanksgiving special diary that I do on Thanksgivings. And with such a clever opening, I'll give you about as quick a rundown as I can do of what we're going to do. First of all, today is the day before Thanksgiving, and I have to get some things ready for tomorrow. One of the things I need to do is go into the storage unit and get out some Christmas stuff. So I can start putting Christmas stuff up tomorrow, because I put my Christmas stuff up, or I try to put my Christmas stuff up on Thanksgiving. I don't know, again, this year, what I'm going to do for a tree. I'm contemplating actually putting the tree out on the Adventureland porch for everyone to see, because I don't know where to put it in here. But we will see how that transpires. I've got all the things I need to make dinner, and we will do the same process as usual. So tomorrow, starting at breakfast time, we will begin the Thanksgiving episode. I might have one or two other things that I do tomorrow. I don't know. The one thing about the Thanksgiving episodes is they go together quickly, and that's not because I rush through Thanksgiving. It's just that I don't really, plan what I'm going to do for the day. I do what I do. I video it, edit it. It takes very little time to edit one of these episodes because everything is just like one right after the other. And then I try to post it by the next day. Now, it doesn't always work out. Well, actually, that's not true. So far, it's always worked out, but it may not this time. I don't know. We'll find out. But I got some things for tomorrow. A little something. If I'm going to put the tree up on the Adventureland porch, or put the smaller tree up on the Adventureland porch, then I'll need to start getting that ready. And of course, when I put the lights out, I'll put some of them out there. And hopefully, I have plenty of batteries. Because I don't like to plug in my lights, because I don't like my electric bill going up $30 in December. I don't know, I'm funny that way. So anyway, there's not much to get started here. I got to do my dishes. I got to finish filling my dishwasher. I got to put some food away, and that's what happens today. And take out stuff for tomorrow. So without any further ado, let's get going! Well, good morning and welcome to Thanksgiving at the Darkslade Manor household. You know, there's a lot of holidays that revolve around eating, but Thanksgiving is the only one that requires it. And so, hooray for Thanksgiving. So let's start with today's activity, which is making breakfast. Now, some people on Thanksgiving, they have one meal and then they have Thanksgiving dinner. Now, as a general rule, I tend to do that as well. However, in this case, I have something I have planned for lunch, and dinner is not going to be at 3:30 in the afternoon like a lot of people have it. So I'm starting the day off with a sandwich, an egg sandwich, a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and then we'll get things started around here. We have a few things planned for today, which I believe I've already told you about. I've got all the gear out. And we will set up for putting up the Christmas display today. Let's see. I have one other thing planned. I also am seriously thinking of taking a very important nap. Maybe in the middle of the day. Maybe, if I have time. At the moment, it seems like the day is pretty filled up with things I gotta do, or rather I'm going to do. Now, I have a tendency to say things I gotta do when I mean things I want to do, or that I'm going to do. Now, I don't gotta do any of this. I live by myself in Darkslade Manor, except for the people who live in the upper floors and the lower ones as well. So I don't gotta do this, but I enjoy it. And it is the one time out of the year that I do make a turkey. Or I make a turkey breast, as you know. Now, I have the opportunity, of course, and the option to do it whenever I want. And sometimes I think about it. But something always keeps me from doing it. And I think it's because of Thanksgiving. It's the day where I can do it because I want to do it. And not because I have to. I had something last night for dinner, and they're the only dishes sitting over here, and naturally I have to go through them to get to everything. Now, when I make a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, I don't use salt and pepper. I use Cajun seasoning. It does the job far better, adds a little flavor. I also do not fry my own bacon. I get cooked bacon, and then I heat it up. I fry it and heat it up. And the reason I do that is because I don't eat a ton of bacon. I know it's hard to believe, but I don't eat a ton of bacon. It's not that I don't like it, I love it. And I know what would happen if I kept eating it. So I get just enough for maybe 2 or 3 meals over the course of the month. And this is one of them. I need to get my plate, which is also in the dishwasher. And I lied to you. Apparently, that's one of the ones that I managed to put it. I did put it away. So, I'm just going to continue making my breakfast. You can have some too if you want. I'll make another one for you, and we'll get going on other things shortly. Okay, multiple things are going on right now. First of all, my hair is doing weird things. Secondly, I've got some chicken wings that are thawing out, getting ready for me to put on for lunch. It's just now 12 o'clock, so they're going to be ready about 1, which means I'm going to be having dinner around 6 or 7, which is what I had planned. Now, I have got some batteries, and I have a bunch of stuff that runs on batteries, and this is the thing. I have a sinking feeling that everything I have runs on AA's, and I've got nothing but AAA's. I'm going to take a look. I'm walking over here. Look at me go. Here I go. I'm over here now. Now I'm coming back. And if that's the situation, well, cheese and crackers. AA's. So I guess I'm going to have to pick up some cheap AA's. I'm going to go next door to Walgreens, get some AA's, and there's something else I was going to pick up while I was over there. Oh, I'm going to see if they have any Martinelli's. If they don't, I'll just get a bottle of soda. And some other type of activity that I need to do over there. And here's the lid to the AA battery mobile. Okay, now what I could do, if I wanted to be cheap, is I could take this remote right here, and I could go, oh look, all those lights work, and they are all AA. So I could do that. Although I do get a little tired of swapping batteries out on, my regular lights. But I have a couple of units of small lights, small string lights. Maybe they're right here. No, they're not, but there is stuff I need. Or maybe the right candle over here. Ah, and there they are. Let's see what size these take. This looks a little more promising. Except it won't open. Doesn't have a screw in it, does it? No? There we go. Double A. Alright, we're going to do some double A stuff. So I'm going to go run over to Walgreens and yeah, they're open, and I'll be back shortly. You can go through all this Christmas stuff if you want and see if you can find everything or separate it or what have you, and I'll take care of it when I get back. Thank you, Loretta. Alright, I've got my batteries. Double A's. Double A's, the high quality $1.25 pack. And 2 9-volt batteries. These are not for the Christmas decorations. These are for my 2 bass guitars that are FET preamped and both with dead batteries. Because I have a tendency to leave them plugged in. And if they're plugged in, whether the amp is on or even if the other end of the cable isn't plugged in, it uses the battery. And I killed them both. Killed them dead. Dead. And there's the wreath. It's not lit up yet. Just met my neighbor coming home and had a nice chat. And now into the home of boxes. These lights here are my particular favorites. I just wish they were a little bit longer. The strings are pretty short. But they look like old-fashioned traditional Christmas lights, and they're just LEDs that run off a battery. Now the battery packs that I have are on a timer, or have a timer. So once I turn them on, they will turn off after 8 hours, and they'll go back on again at the exact same time the next day. And with these batteries, that'll probably go on for about 2 days. They had the long line of flashing batteries, right, flashing lights, but I gotta find them. I don't know if I want to go through that again. You know, the Christmas lights were designed specifically to get tangled. You didn't know that, did you? Now you know.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe!
You ever notice how the back of battery packages never come off? They just rip and tear, and then you have a big old piece of paper back here that's just strong enough to keep the batteries from falling out. It's annoying. And then the corner of the plastic gets right in between the fingers, and that feels wonderful. This is a longer string. It's longer, hence the name. Cool. 2 strings of light ready. Something's missing. Oh, I know what it is. There we go. Now things feel right. From my fake flickering fireplace to yours. Since I got the high fence, there's not a heck of a lot that I can do in this area unless I build something up. So I'll start with the lighting, and we'll put that along the fence line to start things off. That's what we'll do. Alright, we're going to start with the semi-traditional light. We'll go halfway, then take the other one and go the other half. Clever, no? And that's good push me there, a little nail. Okay, it looks fairly decent so far. One candy is much lower than the other, though. Alright, here we go. Hopefully, hopefully it's safe enough. I guess I'm getting ready to put the little lights on. I'm going to put them on the plant right by the door. This is a very short one. And what I did is I got lights around the door for the first time, or the sliding door. And what I did is I put screws right where the siding meets the wall, because my window insulation has got more leaks than an herbalist vegetable garden. So I'm not too concerned about that. And I will be able to take them out again, should I decide to do so. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it may work. I managed to rack in a load before I fired it up. I changed my mind and I wrapped them around the speaker pole instead. Oh, it's going to look good tonight, I hope. We'll find out. But what time is it? It is 4:30. So it's time for me to get dinner started. Now here's the obligatory package of gravy. $10 says it's got a hole in it. And I didn't sniff anywhere near it. Yep. Well, I'm not using that gravy anyway. I went and bought some cheap gravy, which I will spit up with my own special ingredients. Now, a lot of people keep the net on so it keeps its shape. And that's fine, I suppose, but I generally take the net off because when I season it, I want the seasoning to go into the meat, not to the net. Pull this. Because a lot of the seasoning, you know, creates kind of like a skin on its own. And then when you pull the netting off, it all comes off with it. Which is not the plan. Now, this is one of those Facebook videos where someone's doing a recipe. They'd say, oh, and then you would add a bunch of this. Oh, this is going to be so good when it's done. It's going to, oh, it's going to like, look at that now. Wow. You look at this now and it's like, what the hell is that? Well, let me show you. There you go. Doesn't that look delicious? No, of course it doesn't. It is just getting started. Ugh. One of my workmates from work, hence the name, asked me, whoa. Sorry, I extinguished the fire for a second. Asked me if I missed my family during the holidays because I live in Darkslade Manor alone. And I said, during the holidays, no. I miss my family every day. And it's especially hard during the holidays. However, for Thanksgiving, Darkslade Diaries has kind of helped me fill in that void. And on Christmas time, I generally go to work. And I do it because we're not open for long hours. There's more of a festive atmosphere around there. And people get cranky, bullets get cranky, we throw them out. And the people I work with are also my family. They're my extended family. Because I'm with them every day. Except for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I'm with them almost every day. And I've got a very good relationship with them. And my bandmates, those are also my family. So I have family, quote unquote, here that I see often enough to keep the blues away for the most part. But yeah, I'll be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie, I miss my family. And during the holidays, I miss them more than the rest of the year. But, that being said, when you live alone, that's the poison we have to pay. That's the deal. Now I was asked, why don't you move closer to your family? Well, because if I moved closer to my family, I'd have to dismember myself to do it, because my son lives in Colorado, my sisters live in California, my eldest daughter lives in Florida, my youngest daughter doesn't live too far away, but she's probably reading a book. My brother passed away a year or two ago. My mother lived out here, she passed away. My aunt and uncle lived out here, they passed away. This is really uplifting, isn't it? And one of the reasons I moved, well, there's several reasons why I moved to Arizona in the first place. The first one was I've always loved the state and I wanted to live here. My sister has a tendency to get upset because I badmouth California. Well, I don't like California. The only thing that I like about California are the people, some of the people that are in it, of course, my family, and Disneyland, and Santa Cruz, and Yosemite, and things like that. There are things about California I like, but I don't like the state. Arizona, I fell in love with it the first time I came out here, and I knew this was where I was going to live, most likely the rest of my life. And but some of the other reasons were because my mom lived out here at the time, my aunt and uncle lived out here at the time, my best friend lived out here, and none of them do. But my connection with my family is strong, especially with my eldest daughter, and that's very, very typical. From what I understand, that Daddy's favorite's always the firstborn girl. That's kind of rude, but it's, you know, it's, I would like to say it's just the firstborn, but, and there are lots of good times and memories I have with all three of my kids. And they don't see much of each other. I don't see much of them. I haven't seen them all three together in, good Lord, I was living in the first apartment complex, or the first apartment in this complex that I lived in. So that's almost 20 years ago. It's a little sad. It is a little heartburny, but it is what it is. Now, all of that being thrown out into your face for no particular reason, am I happy? I am very happy. I'm happier when I don't have, financial issues. Those tend to make me a little bit cranky. But for the most part, I'm happy. I'm happy where I live. I'm happy with what I do. I'm happy with the people that I associate with. Could I be happier? Yeah! I mean, it's anybody who says no is either a liar or a fool. But with what my situation is, I'm pretty darn happy to live here in this state, in this complex, the people who run this place that have put up with me for so long. So don't get the wrong impression. I am content here. And as for do I miss my family, again, I'll say it again, I don't miss them on holidays. I miss them on every day. But it's always a way to connect. That sounded like a Verizon commercial, sorry. Alright, so this is what's going to happen right now. I got lights outside. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to turn them on yet, but these are already on. I'm not going to turn them on until it's time for them to come on, because the lights at the front door, the colored lights on the front, and the colored lights on the tree over here are all timer set. So once I turn them on, they will go off in 8 hours and come back on 16 hours after that. And this fire has been burning for hours and it hasn't gotten any lower, man. That's pretty cool. It's like magic. So what I'm going to do right now, well, what you can do is you can do whatever you're pleased. Whatever you're pleased. If you want to read for a while, if you want to play a game, if you want to, sit on the computer, if you want to listen to music, you want to take a nap. Got 2 hours before dinner's ready. I am going to play a game because I just feel like playing games. And eventually I'll get the rest of the Christmas stuff set up, and I will do it before the end of the month. I am making it my goal to not dilly and or dally along with that. I got to do something about this one plastic container that got mildewed on the inside. I may just have to throw a lot of that out, and I really don't want to because there's some stuff in there I've had for a long time. But that's also my problem. I have a tendency not to throw things away. Anyway. So I'll let you know when I put the potatoes in. How's that? Alright, it's almost 6 o'clock. Almost time to turn on the outside lights. But first, the potatoes. These are not potatoes for the week. These are red potatoes about the size of russets. These are pretty big. And I have to cut them on my board of cutting, called the cutting board, and put them in with the turkey, which is almost ready for them. And I have to move things around to get to the knife. I have 2 good chef's knives. Let me move you a little closer so I can see you better. Hello. I have 2 good chef's knives. I keep them sharp, keep them clean. And the thing goes beep, which means it's halfway through cooking and it's ready for the potatoes. So I will pop this timer back on for another hour. And I'll put these potatoes in almost immediately. Okay, we're going to start with this one. Oh, sorry about that. We'll start with the wreath. I gotta make sure I hit the switch right. Here we go. Very nice. Now these lights and these lights go, or this light will go off manually. And we're going to set it for blue and green, or red and green. Turn the sound down. All right, that's a good start. It's going to look pretty darn amazing when I complete it.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
All right, here we go. Now, to quote a lot of people who do cooking recipes on Facebook, that really does look good. Okay. I'm not going to go, oh, it's going to be so good. And have somebody beside me go, oh, yes, look at that. And okay. I'm griping again. And I said I'm going to gripe about this stupid tripod also. This is the newer tripod. Should use the old one for this. All right, I'm going to slice some of this up, serve it up, put it on a plate, and I'll be right back with you. There it all is, piled together with my really classy caffeine-free Diet Coke. Oh no, it's not. It's Coke Zero. Anyway, now one last thing to do. Well, here we are. Another Thanksgiving. I go over this quick because I'm really hungry. As I do on every one of these Thanksgiving episodes, is I give thanks. I give thanks for my family. You know, the ones that I don't see that often, but I still give thanks for them. My sisters, my late brother, my daughters, my son, my mom and dad, who are both gone. A lot of wonderful people in my personal family. And I also give thanks now for my band, the kids in the band, and the guy in the other one as well, who's in both actually. I'm grateful to have them in my life. The people I work with, I love them all, and I'm grateful to have them in my life. It's nice to have support. I'm thankful that I'm in relatively good health. From what I understand, I'm in good health. I am losing weight, which is a good thing. Part of that was because I was out of food, but even when I started getting it back, I started cutting down. A little more exercise. I'm grateful for things that are coming in the future that I know are happening that I'm not at liberty to discuss at the moment. But I can give you a hint. It deals with a new venture, per se. Not that I'm leaving my old one, but a new direction, for me anyway. I'm grateful for the fact that I've got people who are helping me with my games, which are going to be coming out pretty soon. Next year, 2025, I should have 2 or 3 releases. Right now I have 2. I'm thankful for all of the tiny material things that I'm fortunate enough to have. Thankful that I have food on my tray. I was going to set it, I almost set up the table today, but then I thought, it's a little over the top. And of course, as always, I am thankful for you for being here to share Thanksgiving with me. I'm always thankful for my subscribers because you guys, you may not always show up and you may not always watch all the way through, but at least I know you're there. It's not a large group of people, but it's fine for me at this point in time. So maybe someday in the future I'll have hundreds of thousands, but for now, the 169 that I have are good. I hope you do watch these things through. And if not, well, I can hardly blame you. I've watched some of them myself, and sometimes they're just not all that going on. But I am thankful for you being here, and I always will be. As long as you are watching, I will be here. And I count you among my friends and among my family. And so, sorry, it's Coke Zero. I didn't think of that before today. Anyway. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. Christmas is coming. New things are coming. Good times coming. In the meantime, you guys have yourselves a couple of great weeks, would you? End of line.